Hemi's brand new. It's an L2 Bitcoin ecosystem coin. I mean, there's nothing great shakes about it. I mean, I've been speaking about BTC finance for many months now, if not over a year. None of them have really moved. And then all of a sudden, Hemi comes along, and then you've got Bard as well. So Lombard is also a Bitcoin project, and they're new coins and they're running. So you've got Bard, you've got Hemi, and then you've got the Dex wars that are starting to come up. You've got Lighter. You can go and farm Lighter at the moment. That's going to be a big launch. They're going to do an airdrop. You've obviously got Hype taking a lot of flack from CZ and Binance, and the YZI launch, the YZI VC firm, and they've backed Asta. CZ's involved in Asta. He's shouldered probably 15 times in the last 10 days. If you don't see the possibility of Asta flipping Hype, then what you're effectively saying is that you are fading CZ. You are fading probably the richest guy in this entire industry. And based on what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, he's probably the single most ambitious guy in the space. So I think right now it's about finding the new coins that actually have a story, that have meaning, and then going and placing your bets on those, or just waiting for us to kind of present the ideas to you. And then I'm not saying you must ape blindly, because I think some of them won't do as well as others, but I mean that's just the way this industry works. So there's a lot obviously going on in what I've said, but I think fundamentally it's new coins with good stories, and I think that's what we're seeing run. I mean, we've got Avantis, which is obviously another DEX on Base, and now you've got it listed on Coinbase. You've got equities and commodities on there, so TradFi instruments that are currently on that DEX, and obviously that thing has done really well. I think that's actually been my best trade, because we managed to get it like right on day one. And then second best has been obviously Asta. And then Stable's also another really good coin, which is on Binance. That's ex-CEO of Tether. So STBL, that's been really cool. And I mean, it's had wacky price action, but I think this thing has got a lot more to go. So I don't know if I've covered everything, but that's pretty much
Yeah.
me for now.
So for these coins that pumped really hard and now seem to cool a little bit off, like ICS, ABL, also Avanti, do you think they have one more round to go, basically?
I think if we get a good Q4, even though there is a general consensus at the moment from the so-called big brains in the community that we're not really going to see much of a big push in Q4, which I completely disagree with. I think if we see a Q4 push, I think these will carry on doing, but I think the new ones that are coming in, the new launches, are the ones that we need to watch. And it seems like the new ones are actually where attention is starting to actually be directed. So yes, I think they will run, but I think they'll end up running more in line with the way that you like to trade, dude. Like, you like your levels, you like your
Holy
fair
shit.
value gaps. These coins will start making and obeying those levels. And I think there's nothing better than trading a new chart that is obeying levels with no supply overhang. You will do really well in the second kind of iteration of these charts, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I just heard Berto say, "Holy shit, what was that about?"
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the blast chart. Just give me a fucking entry, man. So
You're not
much
gonna get
going
it,
on.
bro. It's kind of, yeah, so much is going on at the moment. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't want
Like, I'm
to.
playing a
I don't
video
want
game,
to.
bro.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you guys and make you talk while you're looking
So I
for
think
an entry. Yeah.
just before I stop, just for the more kind of disciplined TA approach traders in the channel, AVAX is going to do really well over the next month. We've got
Yeah.
treasury company, you've got a whole lot of money coming in. There's 500 million that's just been assigned by Scaramucci and his crew. This chart right now, I reckon, has probably got a 2 or 3x in it over the next couple of
Yeah,
weeks. So
I
this,
was talking about
yeah,
it today. It should
yeah.
at least
So
do 50% up till
Yeah.
next
easy.
resistance.
Yeah,
Should
that'll
pump
be
hard.
up to the next resistance, and 2 or
Mm-hmm.
3x would be somewhat closer to 2022 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You actually make me believe that we're gonna get a huge run. Like you said, not on all alts, so we won't get like an altcoin season like people really wanted like everything just flying. But if you know your narratives, if you know the coins to pick, then definitely you can make huge amounts of profits, just like we saw in the last few days. So definitely that's the play, and I think you guys really covered them really well in your alpha channel. So guys, if you want to know what coins to look at next, just look at that channel and look at what these guys are talking about, because they definitely do know what they are talking about. Purdy,
Yeah.
you're still looking for an entry on Bless, or are you
Yeah,
able
no,
to
yeah.
talk?
Basically, what we're seeing at the moment is that BTC is. Let me share my screen.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop streaming now so you can share yours. But like I said, like if you wanna continue looking for an entry on Bless, I don't wanna interrupt you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Let me check. I think we see it over here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically every chart at the moment that is new is being bought up just by even by some shitty narratives like I said in the alpha channel today. Like Blessed doesn't really have a sustainable narrative for now, in my opinion, but still people just chase them because like 3 weeks ago, I told everyone on the roundtable, followers asked me, what do you think of the mix chart? Yeah. And the chart looked like this back then. It was, I think it was over here when Follis said to me, this was where we have to round. Yeah, on the 9th of September, Follis told me, what do you think of this chart? And the only thing I said to him was, this makes people believe again. This makes this type of charts brings attention to crypto again. And I think you have to be very, very happy that coins like this pumped like 10 times in 1 or 2 days, because this is what people were trading in back in 2020 and 2019, and this was the first sign that there was actually belief again in our coins, and the first step towards a risk on appetite for altcoins. And what we basically, this was the start, and what we saw afterwards was Avantis running, Aster running. We've seen so many rotations. Even Somi did really well. All these newer coins that have been listed with low FDVs as well, because what I said in 2022 and 2023, we had many coins launching like Mantra with very diluted and inflationary tokenomics, with venture capitals that blasted their money into these coins in the bull market. And now we finally have projects launching again at fair value. Like, for example, today, Bless launched at a 100 million market cap. Usually last year and the year before, you had like billions already in these projects and getting farmed by venture capitals, and the price went down only. Now is the first time actually that we see newly listed coins with good tokenomics and like a market cap that can actually stretch towards a billion again. And that's really what you want to see. And that's why this time the alt season can last again, instead of with 2023 when we went straight into a bear market on altcoins. So yeah, I'm very optimistic for upcoming season. And some coins on my list are BTR, for example. This one, NMR, with the JP Morgan 500 million investment coming up, and I think they're buying already over the last few weeks. Bless, of course, for a short-term narrative. BART with the Bitcoin ecosystem coin. So I think there are many opportunities coming over the next few weeks again. So yeah.
That's great to hear. It makes, like you said, with MYX, it makes people believe in the space again. Even though MYX was, from what I've heard, like a huge fucking scam, like the devs pushing price and washing volume and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it gave
But
people.
we should thank the devs.
Yeah. Even
we
though
should
many
thank them.
people lost money, it still brought a little bit of hope, attention to such new projects. Yeah, and yeah, I was actually surprised to see that for the first time. And basically, what I can remember, coins not giga dumping when being listed, and actually having a good time, like you mentioned, Bard, which we can see on your screen, and of course Esther, Avanti, and all these other crazy stuff that, like you said, in the previous years they would have dumped 60% on release and then maybe
exactly.
catch the bottom. But now it's just, what would you suggest for guys that were not there to buy them day one and now are feeling the FOMO
FOMO.
of
I
just
would
look for the next project, or keep trying
what
for an entry on these projects that have pumped already?
I think like yesterday, I think many people got stuck in old positions, seeing their P&L go into red on many coins. I mean, some coins will never return back to their highs, you know. So I think it's really important to reset. And sorry, I'm gonna put this one on my watch list. You have to reset, and I think it's really important to just flow where the volume is at and where the most eyes are at. I talked to a member, and he said, "Yeah, I'm stuck in like XTZ, XRP in a loss, and I'm like down on Jasmine for 60%. But I don't want to sell in a loss. But I think the only way to do it is sell in a loss and rotate back to coins that actually go up, and that was before Aster pulled like 10 times. I said, if you divided the $1,000 you have in Jasmine now, if you put it in Aster, you made way more money than holding on to your debt back and hoping it goes back to break even. So I think it's really a rotational season, and there are many projects we're researching on a daily basis. We have some really good launches coming up. We have Plasma, we have Anoma, we have Chain Opera AI and Griffin AI coming up for this week already. So that are 6 more projects coming up already that will probably do well. So much more projects coming.
And from the old guard, because you mentioned to not get stuck in dead coins with no volume, what coins are on your radar get hot again? You mentioned AVAX.
Yeah, AVAX, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AVAX for sure. I saw there was something going on with the old FTM. They rebranded to S. It's not really looking good yet, but I saw that Andrei from DWF Labs hinted on his social media for a bit that they're gonna be the market maker of S soon, but so far it's not looking good on the charts. But usually these type of guys know how to pump projects, so the old FTM is definitely on my radar for now. Together with AVAX, I saw Launchcoin having some weird new narrative coming up, but mostly I will focus on the newer coins and just try to catch the hot narratives, because the less backholders on the way up, it's really easy to pump prices.
Yeah, I think just around kind of like the older coins, like I think one that isn't being looked at all by anybody really is BNB, Binance Coin. I mean, how the hell are people not buying that thing, considering what's going on at the moment, considering that you got CZ coming in now full time again? I think BNB has got a very good chance of getting to like 1,800, 2,000. During this dump right now, I think it retraced by 5%, and then it's bounced straight up again. Do yourselves a favor, put BNB on your watch lists.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Mantle is another one that people aren't really looking at. That's obviously the Bybit coin, which is obviously Mantle ecosystem. If you guys don't know, they're starting to put out their own flywheel. There's a whole lot of incentives and rewards that are coming through for MNT. MNT is almost at $2. When I first spoke about MNT a couple of months ago, it was sitting at like 95 cents, $1. So it's almost done a 2x since then. You long that shit with size, and you can do really, really well. So I think don't overlook, the likes of the XRPs. XRP is going to land up running again. I promise you, if we get a push into Q4, XRP will make new all-time highs. Keep an eye on that thing. It's a great coin to trade. People love buying it, even though it has absolutely no use whatsoever, but it does really well. So there are still opportunities to answer your question. You just got to be really careful and just follow the narratives, like you say, and hopefully we can catch them.
Yeah, I have all the trust in you lads that you can identify the next good narratives. So just to do a recap, what were the coins that you called either in your channel or in the Alpha channel? It was, I saw Avanti, I saw Esther, What else was there? That really did well in the
Stable.
last few days. Yeah,
Yeah, stable as well.
yeah, I saw
Hemi,
that as well. Okay.
Bard,
Yeah.
Bard as well.
Yeah, I saw Bard
Um,
too.
yeah, Purdue was like super hot on Bard. He was like, dude, this thing is gonna freaking go. Just wait, and it just went like exactly to plan. It was amazing. I was waiting, and it hit the level, and it just fucking went straight up. It's been great, and Hemi as well. Phobia was hot on Hemi. Like he wrote an amazing thesis on it, and it all just came together. And that's also been an incredible trade today. I mean, it just done like a 3x or something. No, 2x already.
Yeah, so you heard it here, guys. If you're fading the alpha channel, you're leaving money on the table. So
You're not
Just to
gonna
answer
make
your
it.
just to answer your
yeah,
question earlier around where what my thoughts around Asta is that I think it's going to flip hype. And I know that's a very, very bold statement to make because it's got a long road to go. But one of the interesting things about this coin that I've picked up on is that we always rely on the order books to kind of get an idea as to what the flows are. What's with Asta, there is no seeing the order books because they're running on dark pools. If you don't know what dark pools is, it's essentially a black box on chain where you can't actually see what the order book looks like. So this is the next iteration of online of dexes anyways, or on-chain dexes, is that you can't see what's going on behind the curtain because people obviously don't want to be hunted. I mean, James Wynn is a very good example of how, Wales went and hunted his positions down. With dark
yeah,
pools, you can't do that. What happened is if you go and look on the Asta chart right now, you will see there's a channel or there's a level or a range that was developed at 1.17 and above. I was watching the price action when it hit the 1.17, and I promise you, there was somebody that wasn't in the realm of possibility bidding on that thing. There were not normal people bidding on this thing. The sell pressure was insane, but it would not go past a certain level. And I'm willing to bet that the Binance team or CZ or somehow was involved in actually keeping that level or keeping that chart at that level. And I saw it on the way up where when we rocketed up, the same thing. We couldn't see the order books in terms of what the kind of like the $half mark was. And I suspect that these guys are on a mission to compete with hype and to take them out, even though the platform right now isn't great to use. But I think their whole idea is let's get the people in, let's get the incentives rolling, which they've already done. They actually did more revenue on Asta today than Hype did. So they're going
yeah.
after Hype and they want to kick them to the curb. And the only way that they do that is to give good incentives and to basically surpass the market cap and make a whole lot of people rich. And nobody knows this better than CZ. So that's my thesis around Asta. I'm super bullish just based on the fact that we have a war going on and I'm putting my money on the big guy to win it.
Yeah, definitely. We saw Hype having a really bad time in the last few days. And I was streaming on Twitch a little bit earlier, and there were a few guys that said they are planning to long Hype because it's still a really good dex. It's as a dex, it's better than all others. But yeah, I think if we're going, and we are at a war between Hype and Esther, I think, just like you said, that Esther is gonna win just because it has, of course, all the huge backing from CZ, who you said is probably the most influential person in crypto at the moment, maybe even more than Trump. I don't know. Um,
Definitely in crypto, yeah.
yeah.
More
So
trustworthy than Trump.
yeah, of course, of course. All right. So, and I think we really covered the narratives part. So, just to switch your views now, onto BTC and the market in general, I want to discuss our expectations for the end of the month, and then maybe for the rest of the year onwards. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I already talked about this in my channel, so not a lot of things to add. Perry, will you please close your stream so that I can share mine?
Oh, no. I
No?
want to share more.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, of course. And then I'm gonna pass over the mic to our resident talents who also will have great opinions about the market in general. So I'm gonna keep my part short because basically we opened the week with a Monday dump, and we have set a really clean range between the Monday low and the Monday high. And I think it's actually pretty easy. If we lose the Monday low, then I see a bearish rest of the week and probably a bearish rest of the month. Depending on the volatility, the monthly low might not be safe if we lose the Monday low. Um, as far as I know, we don't really have any important news on our radar for the rest of the month, but I'll let the other guys talk about this. But yeah, basically, if we lose the Monday low, I'm gonna be bearish for the rest of the week and almost the rest of the month, because next week we only have the new month open on Wednesday, so it's gonna be this week and Monday and Tuesday. But on the other side, if we reclaim the Monday high, then that will be a very successful retest of the value area low of this range, which is gonna mean that we're probably gonna get a rotation back to value area high, or at least back to the point of control. So yeah, basically I'm gonna be playing this range. If we reclaim the Monday high, I'm gonna be bullish. And if we lose the Monday low, I'm gonna be bearish for the rest of the week and the rest of the month. Yeah, we have GDP and PCE this week. So yeah, like I said, I'm not the best. Oh yeah, we do have final GDP quarter to quarter and PC, which are also important. So I'm gonna pass over the microphone to who wants to talk about BTC, end of the week, end of the month, market in general, and then also some macro outlooks. Monk,
Yeah,
Mac, Vazi.
I can go.
If I can just
If
interrupt,
Yeah,
sorry to
please, Jedi.
interrupt. This morning, Purdy on his stream mentioned a meme coin that he was looking at that he really likes, basically Toshi. It's a base meme coin. Purdy was loving it. It's actually breaking out as we speak right now.
Oh,
Just
so another great call from Purdu. GG.
another great call. Yeah, yeah.
Mac, please, please
all right,
enlighten us on what you see next.
thank
Or
you.
Monk.
I cannot share my
'Cause I-
screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
because Monk shared
Monk
it.
is here. Okay,
You
let's
have
go
to
ahead.
play rock paper scissors to find out who's gonna talk next.
I'm a gentleman. He can go first.
Okay, Monk, go on. We can't hear you in case you're talking. Monk?
Well, maybe I will start then.
Okay, yeah, please go.
Okay, let me share my screen and then. All right. So before we go, I go over Bitcoin. I quickly want to talk about the altcoins also narratives because I think we didn't talk about the total three. I reckon I joined a bit late, but I was monitoring a retest on this very important order block. You can see how we compressed for a while there. And now that we pushed above that compression and got a retest, it makes sense to expect the altcoins to rally. And I believe that since we tapped this area here, this is the moment where some coins like Avent or just the coins we're talking about, pretty fresh coins, are pushing, while the other ones are kind of lacking a bit behind, such as Say, for example. You can see Say is still ranging. It's been ranging for months now. So the narrative is definitely around the new coins, and that's a really good thing for the crypto ecosystem, as you all uh, concluded. So that said, now regarding BTC, Vic, I have pretty much the exact same view. Um, I have the same invalidations. Um, with here on the hourly time frame, we had a breaker block, so you can see it was an order block that provided some support multiple times, and once we finally broke down below and got a bearish retest, the price kind of nuked. On BTC it was not that much, okay, it was 2%, but on Ethereum I reckon it was like a 10% dip. So overall, right now, I would not advise anyone to go short, because I think we entered the technical correction, and same as you, Vic, I am expecting the price to see at least this fair value gap getting filled. And hopefully for me, I will try to take a short there if I get the opportunity, with my stop loss right above the H12 pivot. So let's go over the H12 chart. You can see here we danced around it, as I like to say. We bounced above it, then below it, back above, then back below, etc., etc. And so that's, in my opinion, the invalidation level for my bearish thesis. Being that right now we had the first leg down of a bearish phase, and we entered a technical correction up to the H12 pivot level. And now, honestly, I think that if we just started at wave number 2x, which is supposed to be the impulsive move down, then it could be, and it could get very nasty pretty quickly. In my opinion, the main area to determine if we are gonna go for a next bearish leg or not will be around 12k level. So the 1-day daily pivot, which is also the previous all-time high, and I've been saying this for a month now. This is the make or break level. Basically, this draws the line in the sand between bullish and bearish, and right now it's okay. We are preserving that level. So in my opinion, the bears will not try to go super aggressive while we are just above that level. They will wait for the next resistance area to be reached, allowing a technical correction up, and then try to make the price really break down. Okay, so same as UVIC, if we go above that H12 pivot, I think we are bound to go for an all-time high. And if we break down below that daily pivot, then we are bound to go a lot deeper, at least to 107.5. So that's my take on Bitcoin. And now I can let Monk explain his view if he has his mic on now.
Yeah,
Monk, are
maybe.
you there? Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
perfect.
can hear now.
Oh, perfect. Just a little bit afraid of 2026 because we have too much green signal um, with a new, because Powell will not be in the Fed anymore. Trump still president, and also quantitative easing. So overall, when we have too much green signal, and it's very hard to predict what will happen in 6 months. So yeah, I think I will TP most of my, even 50% of my spot allocation during Q4.
That's fair. And if you want to disclose, what are you exposed in spot, like majors or like smaller market cap coins?
Yeah, I'm only on BTC and ETH, and
Okay,
I,
fair.
I know I miss all the Purdue and
Yeah, me
fundamental
too.
call
Ah,
from. I know, guys.
romance.
I know, and I really have to invest in Aster now, and because I love all the technology and innovation from Perdex, so I'm like, okay, I miss this one, but I spend all my time on BTC and Ethereum, and I like to have this kind of allocation, but I have to maybe allocate 10 or 15% of my spot in some of altcoins with low market cap. So I will follow all your calls now.
Yeah,
Local top is in, guys. The BTC
yeah,
boomer is going to buy our bags. The local top is
exactly.
in.
Monk, you also mentioned ETH. What do you think about ETH at the moment? Because it's also at a really crucial level, that 4K level that was the previous all-time highs, and now it has held as a support twice. So what do you expect?
Yeah, as for Bitcoin, if we go lower and we target 100k, as I said, in 2 or 3 weeks of panics, I'm targeting 3k and 600 on Ethereum. We are in this range since a long time. Since we are in this range, it's like a basic buy value are low and sell value are high. So it's a trading range, but I think we will break during a short phase, and I'm expecting Ethereum to go back here. It's been a long time we are ranging, and it's always nice for to have a great pullback on one asset and then to go higher. And as you can see here, we have a massive liquidation clusters that just creating yesterday with high leverage and medium leverage. So more Ethereum will stay here, more we would have liquidation on this level, and then it will create automatic sell on the market and target our long-term view. And this one, again, it's been a long time. It's been since beginning of August. Then we have low volatility on Ethereum, so it will be great. And again, if you have some stable coins, I think Ethereum will be one of the best performer also in Q4. So to reach new all-time high. So that's my view also on Ethereum.
Yeah, it will be very anticlimactic if the new all-time high that we make this cycle is just an SFP on the daily. Like, what was it? A few $100, not even $100 above the old all-time high. So I still think ETH has some juice left if we get a bullish Q4. Vazi, what do you think about the market for the next few weeks, months? I know you said you cannot share your screen because you're on your phone, but we'll be very happy to hear your thoughts even without the chart.
I will try to share. Let's see. Like for now, it looks like internet is working well, but before my trading view was so bad. So can you see?
Yeah, it's working.
The
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So regarding, okay, now it's stuck again.
Okay, yeah. Just talk about your thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. So I was writing in my corner today and these days recently that I really don't like the fact that US market been doing new all-time high after new all-time high, and currently it reached very strong resistance area. Like I have this Fibonacci levels from the monthly time frame, and finally this SP 500 reached this 6,700 level, and currently it is rejecting. So meanwhile, US market was doing new all-time high. If we look at Bitcoin, where is the Bitcoin chart? Bitcoin was only downtrending. So usually, okay, it's just loading, okay?
Yeah, we
Usually,
have the patience.
Bitcoin used to have a good correlation with US market, but this time we see like almost zero correlation with the US market. But I mean, in this bullish run, I'm sorry, guys.
It's
I'm
okay.
trying to.
We
Okay,
know that
okay,
BTC
here
has
it is.
been trending down.
Bitcoin. Okay, here's the Bitcoin. So yeah, you look at the Bitcoin chart and you can see a clean like downtrend formation. Like this was a high. This is a next lower highs that been formed, and on weekly time frame. Okay, I'm waiting when it will open weekly time frame. Guys, just don't write anything in the chat, otherwise I will laugh. Okay. Don't write anything about my. Sorry.
You're consuming her internet bandwidth with your gifs.
Yes. 2 hours later. Okay, here it is. The important thing is to stay positive, right? So yeah, we see that on weekly clean downtrend formation. So as I was writing, like this week is very important, and next week we will have a new monthly opening and a monthly close, so it's going to be very volatile. And I think during these days the chart will already show us the trend. I would not be surprised to see at least a drop of like 10% to just take this liquidity here according to Fibonacci. It's around like 102,873, like $100,000 area. And since I also use EMAs, now we should wait for the EMAs. What are you writing in the chat? I cannot. Okay, here's the EMA. So I would not be surprised to see something like similar what we had in February 2025. when the Bitcoin just dropped, like here, okay, it's 20%, but we see how it tested this green box. It's an FVG on a weekly time frame and this 50 EMA, and I would want to see the same scenario, some correction of 10%, testing this EMAs. Also, this bearish confluence and I have with the monthly chart. If I go now to monthly chart, we'll have to wait for the charts to open. So I will not go to the monthly chart. If you want, you just open it on your laptops. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, I'm expecting a correction, to be honest. And another thing is 3 monthly chart. I will try to open 3 monthly chart. So please be patient. Okay, it's fine. It opened pretty quickly. So on 3 monthly chart, which will close in 7 days, and so far doesn't look so positive. Like look at this week that the chart is showing us right now. It reminds me something like this, what we had in 2021, but I don't know if we will have like this kind of crazy correction. I don't want to be like super bearish, and I want to work like level by level. So even according to the 3 monthly chart, let me delete this. So we see this is FVGs here as well, here FVG. So I'm expecting some correction, at least 10%, but even if like a high time frame, long-term play, even if after some time the price will do something like this, like retest this FIP levels around $88,000 and this area with bullish order block on this candle, I would not be surprised. So either we will have overall another correction of 10% or like 20%. This would not be surprising to me since Bitcoin was doing also a nice rally and it didn't correct properly after such run. I'm waiting for the weekly chart to be open. So yeah. And if we will zoom out, we see that Bitcoin was giving new all-time correcting, giving new all-time correcting, giving new all-time high, some correction, and then we can expect another run if it will hold around 100,000 or if it will give a deeper correction. I'm not sure if it will give like 88, but around 100,000, I think it's pretty possible. And regarding Ethereum, on Ethereum, I'm also expecting. I'm agree with. I was talking recently. Monk and Mac. Regarding $3,000 on Ethereum. I'm waiting for the Ethereum chart to be open. I'm sorry. So yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I have this area highlighted, 2008, like 750. And if we will put Fibonacci right now from this level, yeah, 075086 also align with this weekly FVG area, 200 EMA on a weekly time frame. So basically this zone is really strong and important, and if the price will give us this dip, it's definitely for buying. So don't panic, just accumulate your like long-term positions and be happy for such opportunities to buy the dip. So yeah, on Ethereum I'm also expecting like where are these Fibonacci levels again? Yeah, so first 0.5 Fib comes to 3,500, and from here it's like 10%, like 13% move down. And in case the price will correct deeper towards to 2,800, so basically it should be like 30% of the move down. So currently, like there are two possibilities. Either we will have a 13% of the drop in the market, or a bit deeper correction, like 30%. And I hope, what I really hope, that it will be just fast. I don't want to have a bear market, when the price is slowly grinding down. It's really choppy, it's really annoying. I just hope that there will be maybe some news and the market will just quickly go down, take all the liquidity in these areas, and then fast recovery. So yeah, this is regarding Ethereum, Bitcoin, and altcoins. I was checking today others domination. Let me go now to others domination.
Yeah, we had a question from Joey. How would you position yourself if that correction doesn't come?
Which correction? I'm in general, the correction will not come. I think it will come. But okay, let me just open others. I'm waiting for the others domination chart to be open. Okay, no data here. Why no data here? You see the chart?
Yeah, it's working out.
Okay, here it is. Yeah, I saw the same, no data. Okay, I'm going to daily time frame. Just a second. Yeah, it's slowly as fuck. Oh, no date was fuzzy. Yeah. So others domination. I've been waiting for this breakout above 200 EMA on daily time frame. Now we're waiting for the EMAs to show up. Them. Where's EMA? Okay, we will wait. So others domination or total 3 doesn't matter. Like all these charts look pretty similar. They've been in a long chop consolidation, but every time the chart was giving some dips, it was showing like higher lows. And then we had this beautiful breakout, even retest of this 200 TMA, but unfortunately, currently the price dropped below. And in my opinion, it's really important, like today, tomorrow, to see if others domination total 3 will give a bounce and will hold this 200 EMA. If yes, then in my opinion, whatever Bitcoin will do, altcoins will continue their bullish run till like next resistance areas. Like somehow I don't have it. It was highlighted somewhere here, first resistance, then higher. So yeah, and which means if others domination will show strength and it will hold about 200 EMA on a daily time frame, we can expect still altcoins showing strength. On altcoins, of course, we should pay attention which altcoins we're trading. As I usually say, please pay attention on those alts that have a bullish structure, that's showing significant strength and has a fast recovery. At least pay attention that they're above 200 EMA if you're working with EMAs, or on the price action, you should see that every time the price is dropping, it should show a higher low and higher high, or RSI should be at least flipped above the middle on the daily time frame. Usually this kind of charts, they show significant strength on any dip and recover pretty fast. The same what example was AVAX. We saw recently, and I even shared the chart in a chat of the AVAX, that it has a good potential like to pump another like 40-50% till next resistance. And of course, this new coins that are pumping and not paying any attention to what is Bitcoin doing. So yeah, currently all my eyes are on others domination. I'm not really interested like what Bitcoin will do, because there are a lot of potential on altcoins. So yeah, today, tomorrow, it's really important. Like, I mean, this week in general is important in case like others domination or total 3 giving still close below 200 EMA, And I have here this Fibonacci and losing this 0.5 Fib, which is right now a support. We see that it bounced. Then expect like a deeper correction, and it means that altcoins can drop much more again before like continue their rally. Um, why? Oh, my eyes. Two eyes. I think as long as we hold, we're good. Let's see. Let's see. In 30 minutes, Powell should speak. What he will say, I don't know. So weird position at the moment. Total 3. Yes, total 3 looked good. And I really liked 3 monthly chart, like high time frame. I really like on others domination and on some altcoins. Yeah, I'm also waiting. No data here. I'm sorry. He just cut rates and gonna be bearish. Here, look down. Yeah, I really like on others domination. Like this is the 3 monthly chart. Let me turn off this everything. So that currently on 3 monthly, other domination holding this area, and it looks pretty good on the chart. So if everything is fine, even if there will be small correction, definitely to buy. I hope to see this kind of scenario. I hope that altcoins will give a good rally until the end of the year. Let's see. Why laugh, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Massive Red. Okay. So yeah, this is my view regarding the market. Is anyone here? Everyone's so silent. Let me go back to SP500. Guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? I thought maybe my internet is...
No, it's good.
Are we here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this week is very important. That's why please manage your risks. Don't oversize.
Yeah, totally agree with you on this one. We have to see
Yeah.
where this week ends. Because I think
Yes.
the consensus from what we talked about for the end of the month is if we lose this week's low, we're going to get a bearish week, bearish end of the month, probably a bearish
Yes.
start for the Q4 as well. But if you reclaim
Maybe
this week's
beginning.
high, yeah, it's going to be bullish as fuck.
Yeah, maybe we will have only the beginning of the Q4 bearish, like fast some liquidation event, like really bad, like a quick dump and then just recovery. This would be nice because I don't want to see like the price is just slowly bleeding. You know, it's so annoying. Like it's so hard to trade. What is this chart? Crypto Joy.
It's Doge.
Okay. So yeah, I will stop sharing my. Yeah, anyone has any question? Maybe.
I have a question.
It's
I have
my
I have
cat.
a
It's my cat. He wants to enter to the room. Sorry, who
yeah,
was
no,
speaking?
it's Jedi speaking. I wanted to ask a question, not just to you, Vazi, but pretty much to everyone at the table. At the beginning of the week, we had on Monday morning, my time, so Euro time zone, we had a significant flush of around $1.5 billion. And I
Yeah.
mean, there was obviously conversation around kind of like open interest between the alts and ETH and Bitcoin, and that alts had a much higher open interest. So the question is was the flush because of open interest, or was it because we had some kind of a fundamental reason as to why the flush happened? And then what are your thoughts? Second part of the question is, what are your thoughts around open interest and kind of like the difference between the different open interests that we see and the conversation that people have around that?
Yeah, personally, I think the dump happened because of. So my expectation before FOMC was that we start dumping right after FOMC because People were already heavily positioned in longs before FOMC because the rate cuts were a guarantee. But apparently the sell-off came a little bit afterwards, and I think it was normal to get a sell-off after FOMC because, like I said, we already knew that we're going to get rate cuts. And yeah, because of the high open interest that we had and the many longs that were open in the weeks and days prior to FOMC, I think that's what generated the speed of this dump. But it stopped at a key level, so everything is still fine. And personally, I haven't checked the difference between OI on BTC and OI on ELS, so I cannot speak on that.
I have only technical reason, to be honest, since I do only technical analysis. So I have no idea about this open interest, and this I'm reading the chat now. Like Bybit got hacked. Usually, there's always something. Like always some news come when something happens in a chart. So I think that all these news are just priced in. But technically, as I showed on Bitcoin, on a weekly chart, like it rejected from the weekly FVG and weekly 0.5 Fibonacci level. So it couldn't give a proper breakout and probably it couldn't give a close above this weekly FVG. So yeah, we opened the new week with this kind of dump. I have only technical reason.
Yeah.
Otherwise, news, I don't know.
Yeah, technically speaking, we also played this range volume profile really clean. I don't know if you're using volume profiles, Jedi, but basically we tapped the point of control, which is the level with the highest volume in the range. And many times when you come from below, it's going to act as a resistance. And when you come from above, it's going to act as a support the first time you tap it. So in combination with us sweeping this high, from August, which was the high from when Powell spoke on the Jackson Hole Symposium. We also swept that, and yeah, it was also, like I said, the end of the week with FOMC. But yeah, it also made sense from a technical perspective. I checked the open interest; it didn't look like it was really that high. It was higher like before FOMC than afterwards. I didn't check the OI on alts though. Yeah, on ETH it seemed to be like pretty high. On Sol was another interesting coin that dumped a lot, but yeah, it was also an OI flush. So yeah, I hope that answers your question,
Yes.
Jedi.
If
Yeah,
you
thank
if,
you very much for that. Yeah.
if you want, Jedi, I also have an
Yes,
opinion
please.
on that. I actually like to check the off-chain data a lot. Let me share the screen again. I like to use Coinalyze for that. And here in low time frames, so firstly, let's go in the high time frames. I noticed a very particular setup in the past 2 or 3 months. Whenever the price started to go up, we saw a lot of negative deltas on the spot bid and ask. That means there was probably a lot of limit long orders placed below, and when they saw that the price started to go up, they canceled these limits and probably entered more aggressively, so at market prices with probably high leverage or stuff like this. This is probably the reason we are seeing more futures bid and ask delta. And the opposite happened when the price started dipping. A lot of spot placed new orders. So, and that is happening when the price is reaching new highs. So I interpret that as probably guys trying to FOMO. And maybe I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. But in my opinion, these last 3 pushes up there were driven by FOMO, and you can also get a nice idea of that because the fundings were quite high. So it wasn't the wisest idea to enter aggressively on the way up there, just because there were a lot of people doing it actually. And yeah, that's for the high time frame. Now, if we zoom in a bit more and understand what is going on right now, you can see that since the top of this week, a lot of shorts entered, okay? Especially right after the biggest liquidation spike of the year. A lot of shorts entered very, very aggressively here. So can we keep on dipping after a lot of gamblers entered there? In my opinion, no. We need to clear them up with a spike BIM, probably around this level. We will liquidate them at 114.5, and then we will be able to resume the higher time frame move, which is, in my opinion, a full bearish phase to the downside. So I really like my plan that we are about to enter an impulsive move down, because I can see that we had a lot of FOMO entering in the past
Yeah.
month, and we probably have a lot of liquidity resting in those lows there below 112k. So it could trigger a liquidation cascade, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if it answers your question or not.
I can add
Adequately,
something.
thank you.
I can add
Yeah,
something because I'm always trying to earn liquidity and to use Kingfisher. It's very good, useful. It's very useful tools,
yeah,
and overall, you can see that when you have a huge liquidation cluster on or leverage, it's been maybe 3 or 4 weeks that long liquidation were around 112,500, and market maker were short gamma Friday and also Sunday. So it was for me more like a market mechanism that we sweep everyone. It create sales order on the market, and it just erase all the long traders that came late on the market. And sometimes it came from a news, sometimes it's just for me like liquidation cascade, and that we can target in different tools. But yeah, I think the short gamma of market maker as just throwing fuel on the fire, and that's why it sometimes is very useful to just have a look on what they are edging, and is there more buying high and sell low, or more sell high and buy low. So it's the difference between short gamma and long gamma when we are talking about market makers. So it's, it's for me one of the explanation, but it's maybe a cocktail of explanation.
I hope these answers were good to your question, Jedi. But that
Yeah,
was a great question, actually.
yeah, thank you. That's what happens when you interview founders for many years. You find these questions. I think what's really interesting about obviously the the responses is that even though there's kind of like a different approach to analyzing the situation, I think for me the conclusion is the same. It's kind of like a bit of FOMO mixed in with the open interest and kind of people making bad decisions in the wrong places results in bad shit happening. That's what I got out of those responses. So thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. So I want to thank you all for attending. Thank you to all the panelists who spoke about very interesting topics, the altcoin narratives. Thank you, Jedi and Purdue, about the expectations for the rest of the month, rest of the year. Thank you, Vazi, Monk, Mac. And yeah, have a great rest of the week, everyone. And let's see where we're at for the next roundtable in 1 week. Thank you and
Thank
bye
you
bye.
for hosting. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye bye.